So it's about a week into 2021, and this year's already got two major topics, okay? One of them is that the US is about to go into a civil war, and the other one is Bitcoin. Guys, I just had coffee for the first time today, so I don't really know how this video is going to go, but it's a very important one, okay? Because everybody is talking about Bitcoin right now. It's Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. I honestly feel like I'm back in 2017 again when it finally hit $10,000 and everyone freaked out. But it's a lot more than that now because Bitcoin is at $41,000 at the time I'm filming this, guys. $41,000. That is the price of my car. I could have paid for my car in Bitcoin. That's kind of cool. So as I said, there's two perspectives to it, right? And let's start off with the first one. The first one are the Bitcoin haters, the Bitcoin disbelievers, the Bitcoin... I couldn't think of anything else, but it's not only the people who don't want to invest in Bitcoin, they don't want to hear about it, they don't want to get involved with it, they think it's the most stupid thing ever, and right now, all you're going to be hearing from that side of the Bitcoin metaphorical table is that it's a bubble, okay, Bitcoin is just rising just for it to fall again. It's just gonna drop 70% again, you're gonna lose all of your money and it's not worth it. And I completely understand that perspective because if you look at the statistics, Bitcoin has rose and dropped 70% multiple times before, okay? That is terrible if you have serious money invested in that. So I understand why people are being skeptical about it, but I don't like how they're completely shunning the idea of cryptocurrency because there's a good chance it could be a future. When Washington falls and the dollar loses its value, all you're gonna have is cryptocurrency and land. But that short take kind of leads me into my second perspective, which is the Bitcoin fanboys, okay? The Bitcoin fanatics, the kids who put $100 in Bitcoin in 2013 and now they're worth more than your dad. They are saying that it's more dangerous at this current time to not have Bitcoin than to invest in it. And I also have to go against that one because I do not want either one of these perspectives, okay? I'm not an extremist. I don't put all of my money into one thing and I don't think you should do the same. You know, I am here to actually give you advice and not just look stupid on camera. Speaking of that, watch this. Secret water bottle compartment in the desk. You didn't even know it was there. So if you're living under a rock and for some reason Owen's bank account is the first place that you've gone to learn about Bitcoin, let me enlighten you. Basically, in the past month, Bitcoin has gone from its resting price of about $8,000 all the way to $41,000. Peaked probably, I think, at $42,000 maybe by the time this video is coming out. But basically, it has just shot up astronomically due to the fact of FOMO, fear of missing out, buying by big corporations. Because what happened back in 2017 or 2018, I don't really remember the specific year, was that everyone started buying Bitcoin and then the price went up and people were like, oh, I need Bitcoin, right? So these individual investors were putting their money in. And by individual investors, I mean some legitimate people who were putting millions of dollars into it, and then some kids like me who downloaded Coinbase and put like my $50 worth of change in there and saw what happened with it. But people like that were what boosted the price up to $18,000 and then it started resting. But this year, in 2020, once the price slowly started to climb back up, big corporations, we're talking like Wells Fargo, large banks, started investing probably 1 to 2% of their entire portfolios into Bitcoin, and that is what has just shot up the price like one of those roller coaster thingies that goes brrr. That's what Bitcoin is doing right now because of these major corporations who have so much money putting it into Bitcoin. And because it's so big again, you have those people with the two perspectives speaking out. You know, the people on the pro side are saying that this is going to be worth $500,000 per coin in the next 1 to 2 years, and that's absolutely ridiculous. And then there's the other people, like I already said, saying that it's a bubble, it's going to pop, it's going to drop 70%, you're going to lose all your money. So there's two sides to this, and you just kind of have to choose which one to get into because it is still very volatile. Like if I opened the app right now, you can literally see your money going up, down, up, down, up, down. And that volatility is essentially why Bitcoin can't be used as easily as the US dollar or an easier currency to manage because the price is fluctuating literally every second. Like the dollar might go up whatever 1 to 2 cents compared to another currency like in the day. But Bitcoin will literally drop like $5,000 and up 6 within the hour. Like what I said before, if I wanted to buy my car in dollars, it was simple, right? $40,000 for the car. But if you want to buy it in Bitcoin, one Bitcoin could be worth $40,000, right? But I give the one Bitcoin to them and then the one Bitcoin is immediately worth $25 million. Just like the guy who bought pizza back in like 2012, okay? Guy, you're stupid. 10,000 Bitcoin. 10,000 times 42,000 is that number. You would have that much money, but instead you have Papa John's pizza. I hope you're happy. So I know what you're saying. You're looking at me. You're like, Owen, you got a business YouTube channel. You got some money. You got some dough. Where are you putting it? What is your stance on Bitcoin? You might actually not be asking that, but I'm just going to take it into my own hands to tell you my current stance on it. Because basically I had since like 2017 when it first started blowing up. I think I was a freshman in high school. I got a nice little Coinbase account and I threw $100 into it. I never think I got any more than like 300. I invested in some other cryptocurrencies just to see, probably some Ethereum, maybe a little Litecoin on the side, but I never got too heavily invested into it. That might have been a lot of money for me back then. I wasn't making money, so $100 was probably a solid 50% of my wealth. But that just kind of sat there. I think I might have taken it out occasionally to like pay for food or something. I never really took it too seriously. So I had that money just sitting in the Coinbase account, and then recently, a couple months ago, not even too long ago, I was watching a little too much Nelk Boys on YouTube, and I decided I needed to do some online gambling after I turned 18, right? So I hopped onto Roobet, and I saw that you gamble with cryptocurrency. I'm like, oh, perfect. I got about $110 in Coinbase. So I immediately transferred all of my money in Bitcoin to Roobet, and during my second period psychology class, I gambled it all away in 30 minutes. Nothing. No returns. Lost. First of all, that will be my last gambling experience. So kids watching this video, don't throw all your money away in Vegas. Don't go make $10,000, put it on black, okay? Don't do that. It's stupid. Gambling is stupid. Lottery tickets are a tax on the stupid people. Never gamble. You're not gonna win. If you wanna gamble, invest in stocks. That's the closest thing I'm gonna advise you to do. But basically, I did that. I threw all my money away, and then what do you know? My Coinbase account, zero. And after that little gambling extravaganza I went on, I got locked out of my Coinbase account with no explanation and no way to get back in. I've tried literally everything, and I tried at that time for like a week to get back into my account. And because of that, I was like, I don't trust this anymore. I'm not putting money in crypto. This is literally terrible, because what if I had money in there and it just locked me out and won't let me back in? This is disgusting. I'm never getting into this. I'm never putting any money in Bitcoin. And then I kind of just left it away. And that experience at the time just really turned me away from cryptocurrency, because I was like, what if I had $100,000 in that account and it just locked me out and I couldn't get back into it? I was just thinking the absolute worst. So I just threw it away. And at the time, Bitcoin was worth like $8,000 and nobody was talking about it. I was like, okay, it's basically a dead trend at this point. There's no reason to have cryptocurrency. It was just a fad, bro. It was just a trend. It was just a phase, bro. And then fast forward 3 months, my dad's at the dinner table like, hey, Owen, hey, boss, hey, pal, hey, kid, hey, guy, you know Bitcoin's worth $22,000? I said, $22,000? $22,000. And then at that time I was looking a little bit more into it. I was like, okay, maybe I actually need to cop some Bitcoin. And then I got in, and it was like a week later, and it was immediately worth like $38,000. And I think I got in at like $35,000. And I did what I just said. I put maybe 1.5%, 2% of my money, my entire portfolio, my investment portfolio per se, into Bitcoin. But the thing I did is I did it through Robinhood, which if you ask a crypto investor or somebody who knows what they're talking about would call me an idiot, stupid, dumb, poopy head. Because at this point I have to start explaining blockchain and a crypto code that's a line of numbers that gets you into your money, actually gives you the ability to transfer it from account to account, which you do not have with Robinhood. Basically, Robinhood outsources it. Somebody buys the Bitcoin for you, stored through Robinhood, through your account. I don't know. There's a bunch of middlemen involved, and you really do not want that when you're dealing with something this scary and this high value possibly. So what I'm doing is technically not the best thing to do, but I wanted to get into it as soon as possible and actually have some sort of equity in Bitcoin. But since I've gone in, it's gone from $35,000 to $41,000, and I'm technically up 50%. Like say I put $100 in, it would be at like $150, $160 right now. So that's kind of crazy returns. If I put $1 million in, I'd have 1.5. You see, the more money you invest, the more you get out of it. So in summary, I would say don't just go diving in and put all your money into Bitcoin because everyone else is doing it. Definitely take precautions. And if you don't have enough money to be investing in anything, there's not a reason to put it into Bitcoin. But I don't think you should listen to either extremists either, because the people who are saying put it all in, don't put it all in. The people who are saying don't put any in, they might just be closed-minded. So do your own research and come up with your own opinions. But I just wanted to come on here and speak my mind and tell you that little story about the gambling because I think it's pretty ironic. But this has been the fourth video on Owen's bank account. We're going to be posting 3 days a week if you're new here. Basically videos every other day on e-commerce, drop shipping, Shopify. We got social media. I'm a little TikTok fan. It's not the flex, but you know, I can help you with some social media. Make sure to subscribe down below and leave a like if you enjoyed me talking about Bitcoin, or if you hated hearing me talking about Bitcoin, maybe just like it too out of spite. I don't know. But this has been Owen. Peace.
She told me hit the weed, but the music got me higher. Bitch, just leave me be. It's more than just a night. Half the pill, I'm half asleep. Talk about flying to the island. Couple shells a week, got me tripping off